Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Welcome to the dark and disgusting truth about the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it?
About Mike, innit?
It's always about Mike. Crowd surfing.
It's so funny. If I'm feeling a little bit what's it, I just look at that picture and fucking burst out laughing. Just makes me laugh. That.
If you want to look at naked pictures of Mike on your own time, that is absolutely.
I'm never getting rid of that picture. You know, if anyone says what's that, I'm gonna say it's Mike. Look.
Get t-shirts done.
We should, shouldn't we? £1.50 over the private bit.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress massively. The dark and disgusting truth about Instagram models.
Nothing.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Is this? I watched, Sunny V2 that we've watched.
Yeah.
I think it was one of his videos about an Instagram model who bought all of her followers' interactions and everything, and ended up with really big endorsements.
Yeah.
And like getting paid a lot of money to show off dresses or makeup or whatever, but actually the whole thing was fake.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's what it is, or
They get a lot of money.
some
I know.
of them do.
I know a couple, and they get a shed load of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they can go on like trips for like a few days.
Yeah.
And get paid like 20-30 grand.
People should sponsor us to do stuff like that. We've got a bigger reach than all
They
these.
would do it for a tenner.
Yeah, bigger tits too.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's do it. The dark and disgusting truth about Instagram models.
Instagram influencers. There are a dozen different videos that can be made about the various grifts, outright scams, predatory, manipulative, or otherwise insane ongoings with people that fall into that group. But today, we're going to focus on a specific one: the degeneracy of Instagram models. In particular, the really attractive ones you see posing next to yachts, in 5-star hotels, next to infinity pools in the sky, flaunting expensive jewellery and designer clothes.
I didn't even notice the jewellery.
What jewellery? You left it just too late.
Next to infinity pools in the
went
sky,
blurred.
flaunting
Harvey Nichols, that's what it. Yeah,
Where?
yeah.
expensive jewellery and designer clothes, travelling the globe in style. How did they get all that? I'll tell you. They had to go through some real shit. Unlike everyone else who toils away day by day at the job they most likely hate, for a wage that likely doesn't represent their real value, these models can earn more than the average yearly wage
30
in a
grand.
single weekend. But what are they doing for that? And why is it that all these models seem to go to the same place? What is it about Dubai that attracts all these young...
Playing hide the sausage.
Dairy, mate.
Hey, more power to you if you can get 30 grand for a weekend or whatever. Yeah, fully support it.
My theory behind it, I don't know if I'd be able to say it on the channel, so I'll wait. But I've got a theory behind what they do.
Are you thinking it's going to be like private parties?
Nope.
No?
I think that comes a part of it. I think there's definitely a part of that comes in, but I think there's other things between getting on the plane and arriving at the destination and what might be in your bag.
Yeah, or in your prison wallet.
Correct.
Yeah, I get you.
women.
Have a CD check and Mr. Ali too. After that, we are having unprotected sex, and I will let Mr. Ali lick the humus of my feet. I will also fuck his virgin brother, who is 13 years old. And Mr. Ali is paying me $50,000 US.
This was leaked in 2022. It's a woman agreeing on video as a sort of social contract to the terms of an arrangement. The arrangement is not uncommon at all. In fact, this one is tame compared to what you can find online, which includes videos of those encounters. Me saying what you've just heard is tame should let you know what's going on can get real crazy. The general consensus is that models like this make most of their money from brand deals. In reality, many of them are using that social media clout as an alternative kind of advertising. They're not advertising products, they are the product. And the buyer is usually a very wealthy man from the Middle East. Dubai is the playground of the ultra wealthy, and what is a good playground without some toys? Where are they going to find them? Enter Instagram.
Yeah.
It makes sense that people with all the money, you know, all the cars, everything else, are just going to go, who are the hottest women?
Yeah.
And where do you go? You go to Instagram and find the hottest one you can find.
Yeah.
And get someone to reach out to him and say, come and hang out.
Yeah, but I watched a program last night about Honey Trap, and she was like some kind of like not an influencer as such, she was a model of some sort. And then it sort of like shows when she's been banged up or when she's been arrested, or she's just woke up to get arrested. She doesn't look like she does on the pictures.
No, they never
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So someone's wasting money somewhere, but it's like that, and that could be the same sort of like a Honey Trap sort of like situation, especially in the Middle East. You know, it's prime for like, you know, kidnappings and all kinds of things. You're not leaving here now. No one knows where you are.
Yeah. Sort of lured into it.
Yeah.
But giving them big money to
So it's the opposite of
keep
the Honey
it quiet.
Trap.
Yeah. I think there is going to be an element of these guys going, look what I bagged last night, though, as well. You know,
yeah,
like
you can't because there's NDA agreements in place and all that. But
but the guys the guys that are paying the girls,
But
I
mate,
mean, are going to be with their circle of mates going, she's got 3 million followers.
I'm
Look at
telling you
these
now.
pictures, and be like,
There was a hotel I used to be a member of, right, in the Middle East, and when I used to park up near the villas. They had like villas next to it that were all for rent as part of the hotel, and it was a high end luxury hotel. So as I used to park up, I used to walk past the villas deliberately to see what was happening. So there was like a boardwalk thing behind the back of the villas. The villas was sort of like still hidden away, but you could see what was going on.
you're walking past with your binoculars.
No, you get proper arrested for that shit. So I'd have a walk up past the villas. So like, it was behind a private sort of like entry, so you had to put your card in to get into the gate.
Yeah.
And then you walk up behind this like entry. You know, as I'd walk up sometimes, I'd deliberately go at like something like, 7 o'clock at night sort of thing to see what was happening. And then sure enough, people were coming into the villas, and it was like 15, 16 fit models. None of them, they were all Western. None of them were like Middle Eastern. They were all Westerners. Yeah. All dressed like they were going to the, to the Oscars, let's say.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, aye. And I was like, just hang about for a bit, see who's coming in, see if I know him, see if I can tag along. What's going on here? Mr. Ali. It's Daz. What off? But it's like you see it all the time, and they were all like I say, Europeans, Eastern Europeans, piling in, and you'd be like, I don't think that's like a what do they call it?
It's not bingo night, is it?
I don't think that's a Ramadan breakfast.
No.
You know?
I will say, like, I do believe that where it's consensual and legal and of age and stuff like that, do whatever you want with your body.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
I'd fully support people who want to do that.
The only thing that pissed me off about it is I wasn't invited.
Yeah, precisely.
Fully support people who want to do it.
Women's rights. Women's rights. I'm a feminist. What can I say?
Yeah, I'm all about, go for it.
Yeah, I got to watch the matches.
How much is that?
This was $450,000 or something.
That's something.
Something. All right,
Where's
guys.
that watch now?
Welcome to my car collection.
The fucked up relationship between society and the fake lives of social media stars is always bad. I don't see many positives to it, but it's almost never worse than this. Social media is seen as a window into only the best of a person's life. This gives them the power to shape it how they see fit. Will they shape it using nuance, showing the bad along with the good? Unlikely, because psychologically you crave acceptance and want others to think highly of you. The result, especially when this window is conveyed only with pictures, is that of a perfect existence, which is completely unattainable. A rainy Wednesday at 4 AM when you've ate a bad kebab and are glued to the toilet at both ends with food poisoning doesn't go on the gram. But when you're...
Is he local, this guy?
He sounds... do you know what? He sounds a bit like John Richardson.
He does a little bit, doesn't he?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Is John Richardson from Leeds?
Rotherham.
Rotherham, or will be Rotherham.
I think... No, I don't know where he's from, actually.
I always thought it was Leeds, or at least he went to university
It's like
in
a
Leeds
Doncaster sort of accent and around there, isn't he?
You're out at a fancy restaurant eating tiny overpriced meals, get that on there. Now, what about when your entire livelihood is tied to this Instagram profile? You can dial everything up to 11. Photoshop, cosmetic surgery, professional photography equipment, and personnel to operate them, travel as much as possible, essentially make people buy into the idea that your life is out of this world amazing. Now, if you're watching this video, you might be somebody that knows all this and thinks that nobody can fall for it. That's incorrect. It actually has a provable, wide-scale impact on people that follow these social media stars. Let's look at the male-dominated grifts that are in this arena, such as the self-help and guru sphere. Hey you sat on YouTube wasting your life watching videos. I used to be just like you, but now look at me. I'm in my Bugatti, I've got 15 girlfriends, and I've got more millions in my bank account than you've got on your World of Warcraft account. Look at my social media, expensive cars, expensive clothes, expensive watches, expensive women. You can have it all too. Just buy my course for $900. It's on sale right now, because of course it is, and it's definitely worth $5,000 usually, but I'm such a nice guy that I'm going to give it to you for $900. This concept, along with the complex psychology of how you would personally use and engage with social media, turns all this into an incredibly effective tool. Generally, you see your friends on social media, you see their lives, you see your own life, and you think what you're seeing is real. But even your real friends are putting up their best life on there. That's not how they're living day to day. For the gurus, for them it's mostly all fake. The cars are rented, the clothes are rented, the watch is fake, and the women are probably rented as well, at least to start out. Later on, maybe they'll become real. That's if they're successful. But usually, as time passes, the charlatans have been outed, moved on, or ran out of money to fake their lifestyle and went back to the job that they hated before. But as you can see from the rise of people like Andrew Tate and the manosphere in general, other men see this and they want to emulate it. The followers buy the course and they think that's actually going to be good for their life and they're going to become wealthy just like their idol.
When you see like fees like this being thrown around for courses, there's only one thing I think there's value to buy. Our £1.50 Patreon sale.
Absolutely. All day long.
We'll
Gotta
teach you how to be a guru of some kind.
Absolutely, yeah.
A what?
A guru.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know like a few YouTubers bought Andrew Tate's Hustlers University, and then went through it on YouTube videos. And it's basically like a Discord server where everyone gets to chat to each other. Like a breakfast club where everyone does business with each other.
Can't stand them.
I know. But also, how to do drop shipping businesses through Amazon and things like that. And it's kind of like nothing exclusive. But also, a lot of people don't realise that these breakfast clubs exist. And it's like an online version of that. I'm not defending it. I think it's nonsense. Yeah. But it's just a way of getting everyone in a room together that are going to do business with each other, and it's supposedly mutually beneficial. It just doesn't really work out that way, does it?
What's that work out? Is that like $6 million that he just made from that? $49 to enrol, and he's got nearly 170,000 people.
Yeah.
That's about $6 million.
It'll go up to 147 quid.
Go up to $147.
When it gets 170,000, so there's only 168. That's the 10. Them numbers might not be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 168,000 at $49.
Yeah.
That's probably only about 15, 20.
A lot of money in it.
I think by all accounts, a lot of people were a part of it and on the Discord servers and stuff, because there's a lot of young guys that just didn't have any direction, and it's like you buy this course and you're going to be a millionaire like Tate. But just work hard. Just pick something and work hard at it.
But why can't people help other people as well? Why has there always got to be a cost involved?
Because that's how you buy your Bugatti and your cigars and your women.
I get that, but you can make it. That's with the job and that's with the experience you've got. You should be able to get that anyway.
Yeah, but that's the hustle, isn't it? It's all pretend.
Yeah.
They're paying for your lifestyle, and your lifestyle is selling to them a lifestyle that they can have by paying you for your lifestyle. It's like a perpetual thing, isn't
pyramid
it?
scheme.
That sold it to them. The smart ones make their own course and try to become their idol. And you might be thinking, what does this have to do with Instagram models and this video's topic? Well, for them, it's even worse. Ouroboros, an ancient symbol depicting a serpent eating its own tail. What do I mean by that? Attractive young women post on Instagram, amass followers, show their privileged, extravagant and seemingly perfect lifestyle to those followers, and then other women, maybe younger than them, see this without knowing exactly how it was procured and follow in their footsteps. The cycle continues on and on. It's exploitative at every single level. And that isn't to say if you're an attractive woman that has a high follower count on Instagram that you are participating in this behaviour. Luckily, there are many such safer and more legit ways to make money from a large following, but if you do see one of these models flaunting their Dubai pictures a few times a year, people should probably know what's going on there. The hashtag and nickname Dubai Porta-Potty was trending not so long ago, and yes, it is exactly what it sounds like.
I'm taking all my pictures off my social media of me in Dubai now. I don't want people to think the wrong thing.
In case you start getting some inappropriate
offers. But again,
I don't think there's anyone that sees these Dubai pictures of the girls wearing bikinis and doesn't think that they're blowing some guys. You look at the pictures and you're like, someone's flown you all the way out there, paid for your flight, paid for your hotel, paid for everything else, and you're just going to hang out and
I know a couple
watch
of fashion,
Netflix.
I know a couple of fashion models who do this kind of thing. They don't do this kind of thing, but they're paid for by a company.
Yeah, that's
so
different.
they're going out and they're promoting a specific brand. Sort of thing, and they're in their clothes, sort of like having photographs, having photo shoots done, and then they're back like 2 or 3 days later.
That's different. That's
and I don't think they're up to this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right. But I think this kind of stuff is rife.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like I say, I've been in Dubai a long time, and I've seen them sort of like all around. When you go in restaurants, they're all there with a crowd, like an entourage.
Yeah.
One girl and like 4 Arab guys, and you're like, aye.
Yeah.
You'll be spinning round in a minute.
mate, you remember me?
No, not when it's 4 of them and 1 of them. No, I'm not involved. I'm out. For that reason, I'm out.
Do you remember there was a news article a couple of years ago that went really sort of viral, where there's a website where you can pay for like escorts, but they're like virgins.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a really high class website, and there was one particular girl on it, and it was in all the newspapers and on the news and stuff, where like it was millions that it went for, and like she had to be approved by a doctor and then flew out. I remember
something along the story of one girl who that I only remember one girl. I don't remember it being a website.
It was literally like an escort website.
I remember it was like an eBay. I heard it was like an eBay type thing.
Yeah, like a bidding website.
Yeah. But you definitely see these girls over there, and it's and you think to yourself, it's like you're just gonna get.
Yeah,
you're going to be walking funny for the next few days. You know what I mean?
The thing is, like I said though, as long as it's safe, consensual, you do what you want with your body.
I think it's dangerous. I don't think it's safe at all.
If it's not safe, then it shouldn't be going on, and that's the difference I'm making there. That they should be safe. They're probably in a lot of danger, some of these girls.
I agree, and I think when there's that kind of money involved, these people their expectations go very much higher.
Yeah,
I remember when I think it was either J-Lo or someone like that came over, and she got offered like a load of money to sing at the it's either Nadal Sheba or what's the other racetrack called now? I can't remember what the racetrack's called. And she got brought over to sing on that, and I was thinking in my head, I'm thinking 1.9 million just to sing a song. I'm like, nah, something else is happening here.
What are you trying to insinuate?
Nothing. I'm sure she had to clean up the stage afterwards. And sort of like bring her own, bring whatever. But I'm thinking, whatever the money was, I can't remember what it was. It was a lot of money. But I was thinking to myself at the time, that can't just be to sing.
Yeah.
I think famous people and these Instagram models are going to be part of that.
J-Lo or Beyonce was one of them.
But I think these people are trophies, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
And it is the thing of like, I had J-Lo at my birthday the other day.
Yeah.
It's a bragging.
Match,
yeah,
it's a pissing match.
Yeah.
If anyone wants me to come to their birthday party, I'll do it for free. No, not.
Let's talk about this Dubai Porta-Potty. It's called portable potty, like a human potty. Human toilets.
Essentially, girls were being contacted by wealthy men to be flown out to the Middle East, mostly Dubai in particular, to engage in a ton of different insane and disgusting acts. Now, while I'm usually one to say whatever 2 consenting adults do behind closed doors is their business, obviously when you factor in all the elements I've just outlined in this video, things do need to be talked about. Especially when you consider the United Arab Emirates have pretty strict laws when it comes to prostitution, which makes these such arrangements illegal. But considering the wealth and power of those involved, actually incredibly dangerous to engage in.
Every other bar's a brass house.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it one of those laws that if they wanted to get you on some trumped up charges, they're getting people for?
I mean, I've never engaged in it, so I can't sort of like comment on how easy or how hard it is, sort of thing. But I've been in bars where it's a brass house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and everyone's like, nah. And I'm like, for real? Yeah. I'm like, you need to open your eyes, mate.
So think girls like that want to talk to guys like you.
Yeah, exactly.
To say to turn a blind eye would be an understatement.
Big time. Yeah. It's very hypocritical of a nation.
Yeah, well, obviously my dad spent a lot of time out there as a truck driver, and he was all these dry countries and stuff where you're not allowed to drink. There was concessions made for certain areas, and there was bars.
I guess it's the people like are in charge, and the people in the hierarchy are sort of involved as well. Anyway,
the ones that make the rules are the ones offering this money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
On the woman's behalf and not on the man's. These people are above the law, essentially, and you're being flown into a country to do illegal things where if you do something wrong or you don't provide the services which you've been contracted for or things get out of hand, you are the one that has no safety, which is why this all came to a head. There was a leak of a video of a Dubai Porta-Potty happening. the woman in the video unfortunately took her own life after it was posted online, while still in Dubai, jumping from the 7th story of her hotel. There are, of course, numerous other stories of women just straight going missing. Nobody knows if they're alive, or if they've been tricked there under false pretenses and have been forced into the sex industry full-time, just unable to leave. The most common thing that happens, though, is pay for play. The play here being things that you would only see on some very specific and horrific websites, most of which I can't even say out loud for risk of this video being hidden under the darkest corner of the algorithm, never to see the light of day. But I'm talking about animals doing stuff to you, you doing stuff to animals, animals going in you, large groups of men, like 10 to 20, doing stuff to you, making you eat the poo-poo. It's not uncommon for that video you saw at the intro to be a factor either. I mean, you're already there performing illegal activities for money anyway, so what's one more illegal activity to go?
I'll tell you something else as well. I don't think they all get paid.
I suppose if you just get kicked out on the street and it's
They've
like,
got leg to stand on, have they?
what are you going to do about it?
You've just been doing something illegal
Yeah.
in a foreign country.
Yep.
That's
I think sometimes deposits are made of a small amount, and then when the big
try not to
transaction...
make a joke about that. It's such a dark video, but the way you phrased it.
No, right? I'm teeing you up here, Dave.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
Right.
No, it's dark. I'm not.
And then what comes out of it at the end is it's like, see ya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's proper dark. Like I say,
bad.
if it was safe and like all the women, the main priority is their safety at the end of the day, and they've shown us quite quickly here they're not safe. So it should be like, just don't do it. Just don't go out there.
Yeah, I've seen Dubai. I've witnessed Dubai firsthand, and I've seen what happens and what goes down there. And I tell you what, it is a very, very, very dark place.
Yeah.
Where you look around and you think, "Whoa."
Yeah.
I was in a restaurant one day on a marina, and all these guys were in a pissing match with each other, and they're all talking about, that's my boat in the marina, and I'm sat there just going. And then about 4 Arab guys come in, picked up all the shopping off the floor when they were sat down. He went, gets on his phone, he's like, just bring it round. Next thing, this yacht turned around the corner. I was like,
Proper yacht.
Mate, like you've not like them super yachts we've seen.
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
a real deal. It didn't even really fit. It was that big. And he went, right, we'll be right with you. And again, they walked out, followed by an entourage, straight onto the boat.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It doesn't appeal to me, going out there. There's just, I don't think there's anything for me in Dubai.
it's different.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not all like that.
No,
You know,
I'm
pockets.
sure there's like really, nice bars,
there is,
restaurants.
there is.
There's a
Yeah, of
good
course
time
there
to
is.
be had.
Of course there is.
But of everywhere in the world, I feel like I'd rather be, going to lots of countries before.
I mean, again, I
Yeah.
think things like this probably go on in most countries, major cities in
Yeah.
the world anyway, under maybe a different guise.
But this has become
Probably,
big money
yeah.
now. This has become big money, flashy, sort of like, like you say, it's an Instagram,
Yeah.
sort of like it's Instagrammable to put your picture on with the Burj Khalifa in the back, or
Absolutely, yeah.
or the Burj Al Arab
Yeah.
or anything like that. But at the same time, I don't think a lot of these get paid what they're talking.
I think
what they expect to get paid.
I think you're probably right there because you have zero rights. What are you going to
Yeah.
do? Phone the police?
And
Absolutely no leg
when
to stand on.
And when they moved it before saying it into full-time prostitution, that's definitely something that happens, especially to the Eastern Europeans.
They get trafficked and stuff. That's where it starts. It's just so grim. And
As soon as you come in,
it's,
to avoid anything with this NDA, this is what you sign in, give us your passport, and then they're yours.
wow.
And if anyone in the comments tells me that doesn't happen, I'm willing to go with them and show them firsthand and go, look, but you have to pay me £50,000.
And no bum stuff.
Plus extras.
Yeah, it's really sad. It actually is very dark, isn't it? When you think about
Yeah,
it,
it's bad.
There was a lot of girls when I was on Tinder a couple of years ago that had Dubai as their profile picture, and every single one I'm like, no.
For other reasons than that, but yeah.
No, I just assumed there was more to it.
Yeah.
Personally, and maybe it's to attract the guys with all the money that are doing that sort of thing.
Yeah. No, possibly.
Along with it, especially when they're going to give you 50 grand for said activity. And anyway, who doesn't love dogs and camels? This, of course, is a sliding scale. The more extreme the encounter, the more money involved. This can get up to 6 figures for a couple of days of heinous acts, though it's considerably more common to be 5 to 10 grand with business class tickets, a fancy hotel stay, and a shopping trip with a rich man's credit card for a weekend of normal escorting activities. And of course, cryptocurrency plays a factor here, because if you can find an industry of crime, you'll also find cryptocurrency involved somewhere along the way. If you are one of these girls that's lucky enough, apparently, to land yourself one of these real big whales, chances are they're going to fly you in and out on a private jet. So you'll be able to carry your new Louis Vuitton bag with 50 grand in cash in it when you leave. But if you're flying commercial, that's not going to work. You're going to be stopped and have your money confiscated. Luckily for you, the magic internet money is here to save the day. Simply accept the money in whatever cryptocurrency they want to use, and then you can fly business class back to your country, take a 48-hour-long shower, book a therapist, get yourself to a clinic for a checkup, and get back to posting on Instagram with all your nice new luxury goods that were gifted to you in between whatever soul-destroying thing you had to do for it. I'm a firm believer that social media has given us a great number of things, some of them amazing. The interconnected nature of being able to have a conversation with seemingly an infinite number of people from different walks of life, cultures, backgrounds and experiences, staying connected during difficult times, the ability to learn at an unprecedented rate with easy accessibility, freedom of information. It's even given some of us, like me, a job, but it has also given us clout culture, flexing a fake lifestyle, the mental health epidemic that's plaguing particularly younger people who see everyone living amazing lives and contrast it to their own mediocre or shit one. You only have to look at people like Kim Kardashian or any other number of big influencer, big social media star to see that people, particularly young women, look up to these individuals. Some of the richest and biggest, most searched people on the planet are people that just have large Instagram followings. And when people follow, inevitably, many people are going to want to emulate.
I was number 6 on that list.
Just before it panned out.
Yeah.
Because it's obvious, right? You're living a mediocre or poor life, and these people are showing you the pinnacle of existence, the literal dream. They're not telling you all the bad things, they're not showing you any of the bad things. And this really does get into people's head. It's literal brain rot. And it's incredibly common. And this is the dark truth behind what some of these people are going to be emulating. What you see on social media is not always real. In fact, it's almost always fake in some way. These are not people you want to emulate. What you see isn't real, and what is real is often a disgusting, harrowing experience that will linger on long after their fame, beauty, and opportunity have vanished.
Wow. That was a great video.
It actually was really interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I know he's hit the nail on the head. So from now on, when I ever see one of these influencers at the airport and they say to me, I'm going to Dubai, I'm just going to go slag. Do you want to get some practice in before you go?
Oh,
I've got my camel with me. What are you on about? Not me. I've got my camel with me.
Just swap tickets with them and you get flued out instead.
I know,
like, right,
that.
lads, where's my money?
Yeah. Open the door, leaves a card at the reception, and I turn up. He's there all naked, and I'm like, all right, mate, today's your lucky day. Where's that 50 grand first?
Yeah, it's so dark, isn't it, really? We've got to make sort of jokes and try and make light of things.
Well, that's what we do.
That's exactly what we do. But I feel bad for, any girl who's going to go out there and feel trapped in that way.
No, I don't. That's kind of like the way the world's turned into. The way he describes it there, that the narrator of that channel, which I really enjoyed that. He spoke about it really well. I just think that you know what you're getting into.
I think a lot of them are young and stupid.
They're talking on text first.
Yeah,
what they're expected to do. So there's no misunderstanding when they arrive.
It's more.
So it's not like just come over here, model some clothes and stuff.
Correct.
And
all of a sudden, 4 of them are waiting for you in the room.
This is exactly what you're coming for.
This is what you're coming to do.
But it's more when you get past that point, if you know what I mean. So if there was a consensual thing, then that's an agreement, and if that's what happens, that's between two people. That's nothing to do with anyone. It's where people are under duress, they're not getting paid, or they're intimidated, or that's the side of it where I feel really, really bad for them.
The way the market works like that is what you'll find like these people out in the Middle East who have got mega money. And they're quite happy. They've got nothing to spend it on. So their idea is, you know what, I can get whoever I want. I can pay him 50 grand. I'll buy him a Louis Vuitton bag, like he said, and a couple of watches or whatever it is. Bring them over. I'll spend a great weekend with them. They're probably married. They're not multi-wives even.
Yeah.
But I'll have a great weekend with them, and then they'll pack them up and they'll send them on the way.
I've got no issue with that.
But then what you've got then is you've got the lower end of the spectrum.
Blackguards and stuff
who think, why can't I have that? So I'm gonna jump. They can't afford it. They haven't got 50 grand.
Yeah,
sort of thing. So what they do is they say, okay, they go for the lower bit. I can do the same, but for 5 grand. So come over. This is what we're gonna do. And then all of a sudden, 5 grand. They've all chipped in.
Yeah.
So there's 6 or 7 of them have all chipped in for that 5 grand. And all of a sudden, the rules change. And then the girl's like, whoa, hang on a minute. This is not what was discussed. Yeah, well, it's changed now. Well, I don't like. Well, you know what? Okay, we've got your passport. Next thing, that's how it works.
Or it can be that they'd say they're going to give them 50 grand or whatever, but then, like you say, just don't.
Yeah.
Well, once they're like got the passport, they can change the rules completely, can't they? And if they're there doing something which technically is illegal over there, they've got them over a barrel, haven't they? Really. Yeah. So that's a really good point about sort of like maybe the lower end.
And trust me, if you get into an argument over there with a local, and the police turn up, don't matter what that local's done, it's your fault.
Yeah, so try saying that guy said he was going to give me 50 grand and he's not giving it me.
Yeah, and they'll say what for?
Yeah,
prostitution. No, you're arrested for prostitution.
Yeah.
And that's the way it works.
It's proper dark.
Yeah.
It's a rough one.
Yeah.
There should be more education about it for young people, I think, on things like Instagram and stuff like that at school about the pitfalls.
But they won't do it on countries like that because they're partners with us.
Yeah.
We're very. It doesn't happen in the world of everyone else, but trust me, it happens all the time. You go out on places, it happens as much as you see people coming back from Turkey with half a head. Don't know where they've like had their hair transplant done.
Yeah.
It's everyone on the plane you see have all got hair transplants.
Yeah, no one can sit down because all the women have had the bum lift.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
Have you seen pictures of that?
No.
Turkey
There's
tour is
literally
massive.
planes coming back from Turkey where all the women are on their knees resting their elbows on the chair because they've all had the bum implants.
And
They
all
can't
the
sit
other
down.
side's all baldy guys because they've had their head transplant.
Seriously,
Wow,
it's weird when you see it. But
I've not seen anything like that before.
I think the pursuit of materialism isn't necessarily going to lead you to happiness. So
It's always been
I
the
think
way,
that's an
even
important
not
thing to
just
learn.
Instagram. It was here before with like magazines and stuff, wasn't it? Things like that were going on. People were aspiring to look like models and stuff like that. This is just the next step up, doing it on things like Instagram.
It's when the Harvey Weinstein thing come about as well, and I was thinking, the casting couch sort of thing you talk about, and I was thinking, well, I thought that happened. I thought that was like there was jokes about it, but I thought, that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Not saying he's right.
No,
I'm thinking in
definitely
my
not.
mind, I think that's what happens.
No one had to ask what a casting couch was.
Yeah.
Well, when they heard it,
Yeah.
no one had to ask because everyone's like, people assumed.
Yeah.
Which is grim,
Yeah.
really. You want to be an actor, and that's what happened.
Anyway,
You need to land a pretty big acting role with
let us
Spielberg
know.
or something.
Let us know
if
what you
it's gonna
think.
be
Let us
me.
know what you think in the comments as well. Interact with us on that because I like to know what people's opinion is on that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget like and subscribe as well, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.